Our purpose is to build a holistic voice that creates a community of like-minded, healthy people for a healthier planet. Our goal is to unify the community, nourishing the growth in mind, body, spirit, awareness, and wellness. We want to engage our community and visitors so they have access to powerful momentum of the holistic presence in our community. We do this by creating awareness through interviews, providing education and awareness of cutting-edge modalities. We also provide access for consumers to quality natural health and wellness professional and practitioners and like-minded business that support this community. Thank you for listening with us on Healthy Planet One. Stay with us for the next interview with our next holistic guest.
This month's focus is all about the creative process and finding joy and fun in daily life through various ways and modalities. So this is a very diverse topic, and we have 4 exciting guests to share from their field of focus, and we invite you to listen each week. So today we are going to be talking with Kim Burns. She has a very diverse background. She supports the local community through Real, exclusive magazine that's a print and online, educating the public about natural health benefits and many do-it-yourself strategies for wellness. She's also the creator of Detox Yoga Lifestyle and Yoga for Circulation that address lymphatic health and natural strategies. So very diverse, very passionate woman. So Kim, please tell us how and what inspired you to get into the healthcare and wellness field.
Hi, and thank you for having me. I don't know if there was a great inspiration because I've just always been involved in the healthcare field. I feel like I was just lived in it, born in it. I had to manage my own diseases and issues, and then, my children, and I just kind of kept leading me into getting further and knowing more about the body and how it works, and becoming an occupational therapist helped me to, learn even a lot more, because OT is the, skills for the job of living. So you have to know a little bit of everything when you're an OT.
So tell me a little bit about your diseases, and were you able to kind of heal yourself, or did that inspire something that had to do your lymphatic health that you're involved in?
Well, I am, yes, continuing to be able to manage my health. And when I learned about the lymphatic system about 4 years ago, is when it really changed my mind, because the lymphatic system is really connected and is your immune system. And if people knew all of the things that your body could do just by you manipulating them and how it could heal, it would seem so easy, daily living things, breathing, things that we take for granted. So the lymphatic system is just really, one of my favorite things to talk about.
So Kim, how long have you been doing this?
Well, I started off as a dietary aide when I was 16 years old in a nursing home. And then basically almost every job since then, I was a certified nursing assistant, and I became an OT in my early 30s. So I've been an occupational therapist for, 17 years. 19 because, well, I feel like 19 because when you start school, you're embedded in it. So sometimes I count those. So it's almost 20 years that I've really been in the therapy.
So tell people what Oh, ahead, sorry. For the people that don't know what occupational therapy is, maybe just let them know exactly what that is.
Well, occupational therapy focuses on when you have, an injury or a disease or something happens, and it, restricts you from, self-care skills or activities of daily living, which, are activities that we do every day, driving, shopping. So when you are unable to maybe get your shirt on because you broke your arm or dislocated your shoulder or had a shoulder repair, an OT will teach you strategies of how you can compensate and be able to still put that shirt on by yourself without having to rely on somebody else.
Okay, great. Those are great examples.
So, given that you've had many years in this field, Kim, you and knowing you and knowing that there's the question of how do you get your information out there? How do you get people to know about that? So is that what took you into more of looking at marketing, and how do you market as a healthcare professional?
Well, yeah, because as you go from being, at corporate or a staff therapist, and you want to start your own private practice, well, now you're the one responsible for getting the word out about what you do, and you have to learn how to market out there because it can be expensive as a new and small business. So you try to do the most that you can do, and that that leads you to being a little bit of everything.
Well, and that may be why it's hard, right?
Right. Marketing, it's not our career. For healthcare professionals, it's a business. Marketing is a business and a full-time job. What's our job? Caring for our clients, right?
Right.
Time. We don't have time because all our time consists of caring for the clients, and when we're not caring for them, we're trying to figure out how to care for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep a part-time job marketing yourself, not getting paid after a full day's work. So, it can get left behind. And, there's so many other healthcare practitioners out there as well. You have a lot of competition. So that means you have to amp up your marketing. You need to be unique and creative to attract clients.
Well, also people love their healthcare professionals if they do a great job. So I think word of mouth is really great because people need to be connected to somebody that's going to be working on them in a personal kind of way like that. I mean, when I had my natural care doctor that was an acupuncture physician, I wouldn't go to anyone else because I was really connected with her. So
Mm-hmm.
how does that work in your advantage?
Well, I mean, definitely life is about relationships. And so to be able to market creatively, you have to put yourself out there and go to different places and go to where your hobbies are and speak your job, speak what you do as your job, because we all want our job to be our life, right? We want to be working and enjoying all the time. So that would be a way to do that. And we actually are working on some group things, small group marketing places for people to meet up and do quick speed marketing. So there's all sorts of different ways to think creatively and get your word out there, even if you're not making flyers or videos.
So one thing I loved is that you said creativity is an expression of passion, and that was one of the in your write up here, and that's true, and that's true. And when people feel passion, I think they really it helps them connect. So would you say that that's part of what makes? How do you relate that to creative marketing?
Well, you could just, copy a template, copy a flyer that everybody else is doing the same thing, but what you have to do is you have to use yourself to be able to enjoy the marketing process, use your passion to attract others. When you're just copying, it's not something new and it's not something that came from within you. And so when you start thinking in your passion, then that's when you get to your creative piece. And that's where people are like, that's different. That's unique.
Okay, I agree with that because I use my own passion in a lot of ways similar to that to attract others by creating fun camps, things like that. So can you give us an idea of how you've used it successfully, maybe around some of your yoga or any of the other practices that you do?
Well, when I'm out like marketing, I have so many hats, right? And you can't just like throw all them hats at people all at one time, even though you want to tell everybody, all the things that you do. So what I like to do is like I want to market, but I also want to work on my healthcare, my exercise practice. And in order to do that, I could work with realtors and help them market and do an open house with an exercise self-care session. And so that's kind of combining, the two.
That's a great way. That's a great way to get creative, is to utilize co-branding with people, and like you said, to do talks where you're bringing in one aspect. I mean, Patricia and I have done that, right, Patricia? Like when you were talking about energy testing, and then I would bring in a food component, or we
Right.
also do that together with essential oils, and that's really fun.
So Kim, let me ask you, I know that, you've made a lot of progress in the OT field, in the lymphatic health and the natural strategies. And then, when you and I met, was it last year when we started the Holistic Chamber of Commerce, you presented this whole marketing platform that I just thought was really interesting. Tell us what's unique about your approach, and how you see that being your creative expression of your passion. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I guess my approach is because because of the things that I've had to manage with my body, I have a really low energy, and so I'm always energy conserving. And I have a lot of spinal issues, so I'm always laying down or putting my feet up, or doing something. And I kind of forgot what the question was.
Well, how did you move into that creative, in that marketing? When you were talking about marketing for the Holistic Chamber, and
Oh, right.
difference you can make there.
So again, because I guess I have all these hats, and I'm just an Aquarian, so it's creativity. So trying to do everything that I like, I know I needed to every day incorporate my movement for my own management, but I also had to have a job. I had to figure out a way to make money off of always managing my disease through eating or exercising, yoga, and all of that. And so I just, I just feel like I had to bring everything together again, because it's different, it's unique. I'm not just out there trying to do the same thing. I guess I'm trying to, raise my voice a little bit, try to get my word out of what I've found to be helpful in health and wellness, because after 47 years of really understanding how to get healthy and stay healthy is not what is out there in the typical norm for advertising, and not a lot of people are raised on that really healthy scale. We're raised on that food, the junk food, the fast food, get it done, and so we all just have to take a step back to the preparatory stage of everything. What happened before you took that step? What are the things that you had to do? You have to put your body into a position where you can weight shift and take that step forward. And so I guess I try to take everything back to the beginning and relate it to health. And there is always a way to look at health and involve it into any kind of business,
Well, and health is the real bell ringer these days. We already know that we're dealing with a system that's just not working well. And I just love the fact, you showed me one of the videos that you had created the other day, and it really was bright. It really stood out. And when I think about our idea for the month about being a creative process and finding joy and fun in daily life, you're bringing that in with this kind of unique marketing with the videos and some other things. So tell us more about what you're doing inside of marketing, and how that expression is taking form and who you're helping and who you want to help.
Well, I want to help people who are, struggling in the healthcare field, obviously, but other businesses as well, because then I can also put my health spin on them and maybe get them thinking more about health rather than real estate and how health can help their real estate.